So a while ago, I made a leopard gecko concept for Ark and submitted for the Valguero vote. Nah, I know it wasn't an eligible creature, kinda mostly just did it for fun. But with the announcement of Genesis Part 1 creature vote, that got me thinking of a new creature to submit and actually have it be eligible to win. So out of all the extinct creatures around the world, I decided to go with the Opabinia. So here's the concept I have for the supportive arthropod. So let's go through this dossier of this creature first. One of the strangest creatures I have come across is the Opabinia, a creature that one may think is from another world but isn't. Despite their alien-like appearance, the Opabinia is a huge sweetie when it comes to injured creatures. This has caused that even apex creatures like the Megalodon to not even attack it, for the Opabinia will use its chemical spray from its pincher to heal the wounds. If you can understand the behavior of the Opabinia when it comes to healing or providing oxygen, you'll have yourself an aquatic tame need for any deep sea sieges, being able to heal or decrease damage for its allies. But don't think the Opabinia cannot fight back, for it can fire a paralyzing spray or fire a beam of bubbles. So the first thing we should talk about is the size of this creature. Now since we are playing Ark and the Opabinia in the real world is about 7 centimeters long, we'll be scaling up this guy a bit. Not too big like the Rhinonatha, but I'm thinking the Opabinia will be about the size of an Ichthy or maybe a little bit bigger. Now when it comes to the spawn locations, I think this guy should be found anywhere around the ocean region of Genesis Part 1 and be more of an uncommon spawn. The taming process of the Opabinia is pretty simple. The Opabinia will enter into two different behaviors, healing or oxygen. Whenever the Opabinia is in a healing mood, have a damaged tamed creature nearby for the Opabinia to heal. The more health the Opabinia has to heal, the more taming effectiveness the Opabinia will get. If the Opabinia is in a oxygen mood, remove if you have any scuba tank equipped and let the Opabinia use its pincher to provide you oxygen and gain taming effectiveness. The only way you will lose taming effectiveness is if you don't perform any of these actions in time. Now let's talk about the exciting part, the abilities for the Opabinia. So let's talk about two different passives the Opabinia will have. The first being an oxygen tank for the survivor. If the survivor has no scuba tank equipped or is losing oxygen, the Opabinia will use its pincher and place it on the survivor's mouth, pumping oxygen into them. This will drain the oxygen stat of the Opabinia, and once it runs out, you will need to resurface for the Opabinia to regain its missing oxygen. The second passive is the Opabinia will be able to know if an allied creature is at 50% health or lower by showing an icon working similar how direwolves look whenever a target is at low HP. Now let's talk about the controls for this creature. Left click is a standard bite attack or a simple pincher attack, I guess you could say, with nothing really unique about it, just that it can harvest corpses. The right click ability is the signature ability, and that is the spray. The Opabinia will use its pincher to spray out different chemicals or bubbles onto enemies or allied creatures. It has 4 different sprays that it can use. Bubble is the default damaging spray that deals 30 damage per second with a 20% scaling of the Opabinia's melee, while also being able to pierce through creatures, damaging multiple targets. Healing will heal 10 HP or a 10% scaling of the Opabinia's melee to all allied tames, and it can go through multiple targets. Armor will apply a 2% damage resistance to allied tames and will stack for every second the spray is being used, up to a 20% damage resistance. This effect will last a total of 30 seconds. Lastly is the paralyzing spray, which will apply the Opabinia paralyzing stack for every 0.5 seconds per use. At 10 stacks, the creature will be stunned and dismount the rider for a total of 10 seconds, but will gain immunity from being paralyzed again for 45 seconds. All these rates will cost the Opabinia 10 stamina to use per second. The C control will make the Opabinia cycle between these different sprays. The last ability is the space key, which activates the Opabinia infernal vision, working just like how snow owls or infrared vision works. I want to add something related to the Opabinia's eyes, since it has many of them, and I figured something like infrared vision would not only help you find creatures you want to tame, but also help locate any enemy tribe members who try to escape from you. And lastly are the base stats for the Opabinia, with HP being 450, stamina being 400, oxygen being 300, food being 1,800, weight being 300, and the melee being 25. So what's my goal for this creature? Well, it's made to help survivors against the Mordred boss fight, being able to help heal and reduce damage for the ally aquatic tames, and it is something we also really don't have when it comes to aquatic tames, that being a supportive creature. And knowing how some of the creatures were from the center vote, it is clear that some people are interested in the supportive aquatic tame ideas. There's also a unique creature with the only thing kind of but not really looking similar to it is the trilobite. But that's my concept with the Opabinia. What do you think? You like this creature enough you want to give it a vote for it or not? Let me know down in the comments below. Most importantly, what creature either you are going to be submitting or you plan on placing your vote for. I'll love to hear. But that's going to wrap today's video. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, hit that like button. If you're new to the channel, hitting that subscribe button would definitely be appreciated. And I'll see you in the next one. Peace out and have a good one.